Hey everyone, it's me, Cathleen Trigg. Welcome to another iWOMAN Report. And I have a special guest, as always, in the audience that decided to stop through iWOMAN Studios today. It is the apostle himself, Craig Coates, who is the founder of the Craig Coates Couture fashion line that's making its debut here in New York City at Fashion Week. Congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here today. I'm a fan. Thank you.
Well, likewise, we can fandom each other.
Yeah.
How's that? Now you have you have led a life, you're a man of the cloth. You've been in the pulpit, and then you also have this side hustle, where you are a top designer with these beautiful works of art.
Thank you
How did you get from the pulpit to the runway?
Well, I think I was on the runway before I hit the pulpit.
Okay.
10th grade in school, I was on a modeling group, and we took a field trip to see the Ebony Fashion Fair fashion show, and I knew that's what I wanted to do immediately. And so by the 12th grade, I was sewing. My grandmother had given me some lessons, and by the 12th grade, I was making a lot of prom dresses, and got featured then, and I said, that's my desire, but then the call came. For ministry. And I decided instead of coming to New York to go to school, I would go to school at University of Maryland, and I would follow and pursue my calling. Then an opportunity came to create something more fashionable for clergy. And I created a line called Modern Priestwear, focusing on women, because I feel like women don't often get enough platform to be women in their call. And so I created a line of clothing that's feminine, but for women preachers. And it took off, landed me on BET Single Ladies as a designer for Nicole Irie Parker for a season. And I got a chance then to meet Anthony Williams from Project Runway. And he said, you need to really pursue what you are doing, your passion. And one day I woke up and I said, let's do this.
You're a husband, a father, a designer, and a man of God. And what I love about your story is you've talked about not just one calling, but two callings.
Absolutely.
And understanding when you get the call to respond, right?
Yeah, and neither go away. I realized that I don't have to compromise one or the other. They both work well together. I've now coined that expression. I'm a man of the cloth. For sure.
Literally.
Literally. That's what I plan to make as my autobiography, and to really kind of show how the two have shaped each other, which is my goal at Fashion Week.
Let's talk about New York Fashion Week. How exciting is this to be premiering your line at New York Fashion Week here in New York? Because you're from Maryland.
I'm from Maryland, right? Yes, and I've been in New York so many times, but to bring my line here on the runway, it's a bucket list item. It's a dream come true.
Let's talk about what we're seeing here.
Absolutely. So we're looking at a collection that is the convergence of my experience as clergy for 30 years and my experience of being on the edge. Because I believe that the church world has its fashion. It's fashion. And oftentimes it's fashion that we don't realize how much it impacts other culture and, the mainstream. And so I'm blending the two and showing the best of both worlds.
How do you come up with the colors and the styles and the designs?
I felt like I have to be true to my call. And my call is that no matter where I am, I'm still a man that's been guided by God and given inspiration. And that you don't have to compromise your inspiration. In fact, people should see the real beauty of who God is through your work. And so I chose the color white for that reason. And showing white with a whole lot of deviation away from it, because that's the humanity side. So there's the deity side, that's the white, but then there's the side of us that I believe God loves. That's why he created us. So we start with white and we end with a super splash of surprise, which is what you're seeing here.
What does this feel like, though, to actually see your creation come to life like this?
It affirms for me the promise that I believe God made me when I was a teenager and making the decision to not go to FIT, that it was worth it. It was worth it. I've had an experience that I would have never gained had I not followed my call. I had the opportunity to influence people from all around the world with my clothing in the pulpit. I've helped women find a platform of freedom that's transforming organizations, because they're saying, finally, something that's not a man's garment with darts in it you know,
Yeah.
and that feels really good to know that my work from the clergy side gives purpose. But then from the fashion side, I've done prom wear since high school, never had to advertise, always booked. But I found my joy is when I see a young lady come through there that has no confidence and the dress transforms her. Because the dress is not anyone different from her, it's really her. It's
Yeah.
to her that I had to help her see and pull out.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited. Now, can people find your lines
Yes,
online? Okay,
yes.
how do we
In
find
fact,
you?
the lines are available on craigcoatescouture.com. And then I have a flagship store in Annapolis, Maryland, Craig Coats Couture, of course, in Annapolis. We're on the web. We're on Instagram, all of those. And our clothing will go live for sale after the showing.
Apostle Craig Coates, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
again on this huge accomplishment. We'll be following, we'll be looking for you, and I can't wait to have you come back on
And thank
iWOMAN
you.
TV.
I'm looking forward. Thank
got
you.
it.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
God bless.